Carole and Tuesday didn't have to be a political series. Ostensibly, it's a series about music. It's the Bones anniversary TV show. It's got its quest for discovery, its tragic backstories, and its tournament arc. And with no source material to work off of, there's no reason that the anime was forced to be this political. But it is, and it's great. Welcome one and all, I am Carole and Tuesday, and today we're taking a look at the politics and perspectives in Carole and Tuesday. Carole and Tuesday is, as I just mentioned, the Bones anniversary production. The words "it's a Bones show" mean something. That's pretty rare in anime. There are a lot of studios out there, and so it's only natural that at least some of them pick up a consistent reputation. Sunrise is known for its mecha content, Ufotable for its gorgeous animation and compositing, and Studio Mappa for Yuri on Ice and also that one other show I won't shut up about. But I can think of no other studio where the name of the studio itself evokes a constant sense of quality. And I mean, that's not without reason. Bones has earned its acclaim, giving us both the 2000s and the 2010s biggest shonen hits from Fullmetal Alchemist to My Hero Academia, along with a whole lot of other spectacular series. Ouran, Number 6, Mob Psycho, Darker Than Black, and Bungo Stray Dogs are just the first things to come to mind. And the reputation they've amassed has given Studio Bones a pretty damn big microphone. And Carole and Tuesday is how they're choosing to use that. Not only do they clearly have enough faith in the show to authorize it right off the bat for a full 25 episodes, but additionally, this is, as I said before, their 20-year anniversary project. This is a series that's meant to sum up that this is Studio Bones, and so the fact that they are going as political as they are with this really says something about the sort of values they want to put forward, and is something I think it's worth taking the time to notice and give the attention and recognition it deserves, because again, this series wasn't inherently political from its outset. That is, at least its topic isn't inherently political, in the ways that shows like Psycho-Pass Legend of the Galactic Heroes or that series I still won't shut up about inherently are. But rather than simply being a beautiful and relaxing series with absolutely stunning music, which of course it is, Studio Bones is using the microphone that Carole and Tuesday provides it to provide much needed representation for underrepresented minorities and speak up on a number of political issues currently facing the world, and especially the United States. To knock the most obvious one out of the way first, there's Gus's ex-wife. Relatively early in the episode in which she first appears, we see her kissing another woman, who later turns out to be her fiancé. Through a conversation she has with Gus, we are given to understand that during their marriage, she was rather unsure about herself, and that is part of why she believes it failed. This could be interpreted to say that she was in fact gay and just hadn't come to terms with that yet, hence dooming their marriage, or she might just as easily be bi or pan, and the uncertainty she talks about having nothing to do with her sexuality. The anime leaves both interpretations completely reasonable, without ever specifying one, and that's fine, since either way it provides much needed representation for LGBT women in anime, and especially since Gus's response to learning of this after his initial surprise is to tell her to find happiness this time. In other words, completely accepting her and her sexuality becomes a very powerful moment of normalization. Carole and Tuesday also puts more real effort into racial diversity than any anime I've ever seen. At least 50% of its cast and all but 2 of its 6 main characters are people of color, and this would have been a nice breath of fresh air even if Bones had stopped there, but they don't. Instead, they use it to delve into issues of racism and even America's broken justice system. Hell, it's no coincidence or accident that Carole's father is an African American man who spent 17 years in jail for a crime he only committed in self-defense. Any more than it's a mistake that his wife was a woman who died because she was not receiving proper health care. A combination which left their daughter, though loved, orphaned and raised in a refugee camp. Any more than it's a coincidence that Tuesday's mother, the antagonist of the first season, turns out to be a racist politician with anti-immigrant rhetoric on her tongue every other minute in the second half. And the show doesn't need to portray her as some raging caricature or some loosely altered version of Donald Trump, because she's already been primed to be seen as an awful person just through her treatment of her own daughter. So we only need 1 or 2 brief lines from her about immigrants and her anti-immigrant policies to tell us exactly how we're supposed to feel about her and what side of the argument we're supposed to fall on. And in fact, I'd argue she's much more effective this way, since rather than writing her off as an overblown caricature, she's painted more with the same sort of brush as Mike Pence, someone who is seen as respectable and as a conventional politician, but as someone who is so totally immersed in their own self-aggrandizement and in their hatred of immigrants and other minority groups that they're willing to hitch their wagon to more fringe and extremist elements as long as it gets them in office. Yet despite the incredible weight of the subject matter being handled, Carole and Tuesday manages to portray it all with a sort of light touch that keeps it from feeling simply like you're getting preached at. It's honestly a masterpiece of writing, and I anticipate these political messages becoming more frequent and less subtle over the course of the show's second half, at least if episodes 13 and 14 are anything to go on. Bones has already said quite a lot with their latest work, and I'm really excited to see what else they're going to say with it before the end. This is Coriander Stone, and I thank you for watching. El Sci Congru.